Here I return to you once again. I am Dr. Adam. In this chapter, the balance of everything will shift, and I will find myself facing a merciless mystery. One that will lead me to places I never imagined I would return to, and to truths I wished had remained buried. Get ready, for the darkness this time is deeper, and the danger is closer than you think. I began subjecting Mrs. Marita, the wife of Mr. Allen, to a series of therapy sessions. Over the months I spent speaking with her, I realized something deeply unsettling. Marita didn't seem to have memories of her own. Everything she recounted to me was simply a repetition of what her husband had told her. Perhaps the problem is deeper than it seems. If I can awaken her real memories, maybe we'll find the key to her healing. Do you remember the car accident you had in 1980?
Yes. I remember it, but not clearly. There are hazy details. I think there might be some old belongings my husband keeps in the basement. Maybe they could help you, Doctor.
She led me to the basement. We started searching among the old boxes, until we stopped at one with her name written clearly on it, Marita. She carefully opened it, finding worn medical reports, old clothes, and a wooden jewelry box.
Oh my God. I haven't worn this jewelry since the night of the accident.
She took out a necklace and some earrings.
I always felt it was better not to wear them again, as if they carried a memory I didn't want to relive.
Suddenly, the doorbell rang upstairs. She dropped the box from her hand. "It's all right, ma'am. You can go. I'll put everything back myself."
Thank you, Doctor. I'll be right back.
She hurried upstairs, leaving me alone in the basement. As I was picking the jewelry up from the floor, my eyes caught a small locket that had slipped under a piece of cloth. I picked it up. It was made of heavy metal, and when I moved it, it opened by itself, unfolding into the shape of a small heart. Inside was an old photograph, but what I saw froze the blood in my veins. It was a wedding photo. The bride was unmistakably Marita, but the man standing beside her was not Mr. Allen. His face was completely different. At the bottom of the photo was the date, March 1st, 1978. Wait, didn't Allen tell me he married her in 1978? But this man isn't him. Something is very wrong. Just then, I heard slow, heavy footsteps behind me. I turned quickly. There stood Mr. Allen, staring at me.
How dare you rummage through my wife's belongings?
A wave of tension and dread overtook me. "Mr. Allen, I just have one question. Was your wife, Mrs. Marita, married to another man before she married you?" For a brief moment, his face changed.
And what makes you ask such a question? I've told you before, neither of us was married to anyone else. She and I, from the very beginning, only us.
It seems I've stumbled upon a secret, one I was never meant to uncover. I gathered my courage, realizing silence would no longer protect me. Perhaps things aren't as simple as you say, Mr. Allen. I pulled the photo from my pocket and handed it to him. He stared at it for a few seconds. Then suddenly, his expression changed. A strange laugh erupted from him, wild, maniacal, as though a demon had burst out of his soul. I trembled, chills running down my body.
Oh, where did you find this, you fool? Am I supposed to be terrified now? You caught me red-handed. What an achievement. But guess what, Doctor? I was the victim, not the criminal. I was the one deceived, broken. I thought if I married this woman, I would finally have a happy life. She was the love of my life. You have no idea what I did to win her, to make her mine. We were in the same college department. I loved her from the first glance. I proposed to her again and again, but she always rejected me, until she married that loser. That night, I was the truck driver. Yes, I was the one who crashed into their car on purpose, the one who caused the accident. Images of wreckage, blood, and fire flashed before my eyes.
The crash, the flames. It was all his doing.
I told myself, if she wasn't going to be mine, then she would never belong to anyone else. I climbed out after the crash. Her husband was already dead. She was still alive, bleeding, dying. I left the car burning, carried her to the hospital. When she awoke with no memory, that was my golden chance. I told her I was her husband, and I spun for her a life of carefully crafted lies. I thought I was smarter than everyone, but I was the fool. After she left the hospital, I married her legally to win her trust and make her believe me. I didn't know then that she was pregnant. That child, Michael, he was never part of the plan. He was a burden on me for 32 years. He had to go, to vanish from our lives. Just as I disposed of his father, I disposed of him too. I thought I would finally be free, that she would be mine alone, but I was wrong. I spent my whole life raising another man's son, and the woman I loved never came back to who she once was. Then you appeared, Doctor. For a moment, I thought I could rely on you, that you could bring her back to me, the Marita I once loved. But I see now, I was a fool again.
I stood frozen before him, my heart pounding violently. I was facing not a man, but a monster. A murderer, a liar, a thief of... My God, this is no human, but a beast wearing human skin.
My life has always been the most precious thing I owned. And these secrets I buried in my heart for so long, they won't be revealed so easily. Marita, she will forget again. In just a few days, her shattered memory will swallow the truth. And that's for you. No one will remember you, Dr. Adam.
Good evening. I'm Detective Ethan. I've come to ask you about your neighbor, Dr. Adam. He's been missing for several days. Some neighbors said they last saw him entering your home.
Adam? I don't know him, sir. I'm just an old man. I barely leave my house.
This is his picture. Perhaps it will help you remember, sir.
Ah, yes. Dr. Adam, the psychiatrist. I remember now. He lived nearby. Forgive me, sir. My memory fails me at this age.
May I come in?
Of course, please.
Good evening, ma'am. Do you know this man?
Yes. I don't know. I think. He used to visit us sometimes. Isn't that right, Alan?
My dear, you haven't taken your medicine yet. Please go rest for a while.
Alan's anxiety began to show.
My wife, unfortunately, suffers from recurring memory loss.
I see. I wish her a quick recovery. Well, sir, if you remember anything, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll give you my number. Oh, I seem to have forgotten my pen. Could I borrow yours?
Certainly.
Thank you. This is my number. Have a quiet evening. Detective Ethan left the house, went to his car, pulled out his notebook to write, but then froze, staring at the pen in his hand. Dr. Adam? My God, he immediately pressed his radio. Luna, call the team immediately. We have an emergency. Looks like this old man is playing games with us.
Inside the house, Alan stood before the basement door.
Seems they've started looking for you, Dr. Adam. And I think it's unwise for you to stay alive any longer.
He slowly opened the basement door.
It's time to end everything.
I heard his footsteps descending. He entered, holding something long and shining in his hand. My exhausted eyes lifted to him, my body barely able to breathe.
Looks like your time is up, Doctor.
He came closer. His eyes held no mercy. Your lies will be exposed, your secrets revealed, sooner or later.
And what if no one remains to reveal them?
He raised the iron rod in his hand. I thought it would be my last moment. But before he could strike, "Police! Stay where you are!" Officers stormed in.
Step away from him, Alan. One more move and we'll shoot.
No, not now. Not after all this.
Dr. Adam, are you all right?
I never imagined I would live through this. Thank you, Detective.
It was God's mercy. And this pen, I believe it belongs to you. Keep it, Doctor. Never let anyone take it again.
Mr. Allen was arrested for countless crimes. During interrogation, he confessed to everything. As for Mrs. Marita, she was placed under special medical care. My friends, in my profession, I have always listened to people, helped them understand themselves, tended to their wounds. But this experience taught me something important. Even if memory betrays us, truth does not vanish, and justice